of y'all stuff. Y'all black, and y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black.
Getting national attention for the way that she's spending taxpayer dollars. But she's now accused of spending tens of thousands of taxpayer funds on self-promoting billboards, as well as putting her name on government buildings. Government vehicles.
In our public building to have meetings. Why are meetings being canceled? Why can't we have transparency what's going on with our tax dollars?
It seems things are not going well for Tiffany Henyard, as the trustees of Dalton are still pressing her, and rumors are circulating that the FBI has frozen her bank accounts and is moving to seize her assets. This follows allegations of embezzlement and severe misuse of funds that the citizens of Dalton contributed through their taxes. Reports suggest she spent the money on a lavish security team, large billboards, and thousands of dollars daily on online shopping sprees.
Not to mention the Tiffany Henyard calendar, which includes the super mayor's birthday, because you can't forget that. She could pay for all of this herself, given that her salary for the two jobs is nearly $300,000. More than the state's governor, by the way. But it's all on the taxpayer's dime. And this goes beyond signage and merch. Henyard put an ordinance in place that if she lost a future mayoral election, the next mayor's salary would be dropped from $200,000 to $25,000. But if she wins, it stays the same.
Many people believe Tiffany Henyard managed to get away with her actions for so long and isn't in jail now because some of the trustees were involved and are protecting her. There are even rumors that the trustees currently pressuring her are just the ones who didn't get a share, suggesting this goes much deeper than it seems. As many of you know, Tiffany has been struggling in town meetings for weeks, and it's clear things aren't looking good for her. The trustees of Dalton have been investigating her corruption for a while and even tried to quietly request her financial records. But she resisted, used her power to silence people, and tampered with evidence.
Our work here, he's fighting. So stop playing these silly games, Board of Trustees, and putting people's lives in jeopardy. So I'm here to tell everybody from the horse's mouth, which I made this statement at the board meeting. So it's nothing different. So, any questions?
That seems like an intimidation tactic. And Dalton has less than 30 police officers. But that room, I only saw two police officers, but presumably whomever was holding the camera is a police officer as well. So how many officers were in that room?
At some point, everyone had enough of Tiffany Henyard making the investigation difficult, so they brought in former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to take charge. Lightfoot uncovered a mountain of incriminating evidence against Tiffany that should have landed her in jail by now, but she remains free, likely due to powerful allies protecting her. It wasn't until Lori stepped in as a special investigator that the full extent of Tiffany's criminal behavior and its impact on the people of Dalton was revealed. According to Lori's findings, Dalton's general fund balance was $5.61 million but had plunged to a deficit of $3.65 million by May 2024. Detailed credit card transactions showed thousands of dollars spent on extravagant online shopping sprees whenever Tiffany was bored at home. The purchases included major expenditures at Amazon, Target, Walgreens, Wayfair, and other retailers. For example, on January 5th, 2023, she spent $33,000 in one Amazon transaction, with two additional purchases on the same day totaling $4,753.14. Her spending spree continued with over $7,000 at Wayfair, $2,200 at Best Buy, and $12,988 on international vacations over the past year. This behavior goes beyond mere theft. It's outright exploitation, as she spent money that wasn't hers while the people who should have benefited were struggling. The revelations didn't stop there. The community was shocked to learn that by June 18, 2024, at least 589 checks, totaling over $6 million, were approved and printed but never sent to vendors who had been waiting for payment, while Tiffany used the funds to indulge in shopping sprees and vacations. In another disturbing discovery, the investigation found that two police officers, suspected of doing questionable favors for Tiffany, received overtime pay far exceeding their annual salaries. One officer, whose annual salary was $87,200, received an additional $114,800 in overtime pay, while the second officer, with a salary of $73,500, received $102,277 in overtime for the fiscal year 2024.
She also spent tens of thousands of dollars on a week-long walk to promote her self-named cancer charity, which has yet to file required reporting. She expensed almost $15,000 for a trip to Vegas, as well as shooting music videos like this awesome one with fellow city.
After all of this came to light, many residents of Dalton demanded Tiffany Henyard be punished and made an example of by the authorities. Fox News spoke with a former trustee of Dalton who said, "I suspected it all along. Tiffany needs to be locked up and made an example of. She can't go around using our money like the job comes with a cash register." As noted, the feds aren't taking it easy on Tiffany, and the Board of Trustees isn't backing down either. She was recently served with 2 subpoenas, and the FBI is working to freeze all her bank accounts and assets to recover the stolen funds. The first subpoena seeks personnel files, wage and tax documents, time and attendance records, contracts, and checks written to cash from Howard's multiple endeavors, which includes a restaurant she owns, a property management company she runs, her political action committee, and a charity in her name. The second subpoena demands financial documents from the township, including budgets, payroll records, and ordinances covering credit card purchases, expense reports, reimbursements, security details, and vehicle use. The investigation has uncovered even more incriminating evidence. The reason the feds haven't made an arrest yet is that Tiffany has several powerful protectors, so they are working to gather concrete and undeniable evidence before proceeding with an arrest. This also explains why they hit her with these 2 subpoenas. Meanwhile, the Board of Trustees recently announced they approved a freeze on credit card spending amid the ongoing federal investigation. However, Tiffany was reportedly upset when she learned about the freeze and tried to convince the Board of Trustees to lift it, arguing that it would harm the people of the town. She claimed it was an attempt to stop her, but would ultimately halt services in Thornton Township. This is the same woman who spent hardworking taxpayers' money on lavish vacations and blew $43,000 in a single day on Amazon. And let's not forget, Tiffany was bribing officers by paying them excessive overtime, spending millions on her personal security, and now she wants us to believe she's concerned about the people of Dalton. She should have considered that before deciding to steal from them. Now, not only is access to the town's money limited, but her personal bank accounts are also about to be frozen because all those millions aren't hers, and Dalton is determined to get that money back one way or another. As expected, people have their opinions on this. One person said, "When they put Henyard beneath the jail, they must disband the police department and hire new officers. Her corruption has ruined that town." Another commented, "Not only does she need to go to jail, but she needs to pay back all the citizens and city funds she illegally used for her personal benefit." Now, I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think of Tiffany getting caught? Do you think they should freeze her accounts and seize her assets? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.